Hello, I'm Kimilia, and you're watching KiniNews. Anthony Loke has hit out at Singaporean comedian Jocelyn Chia over her joke on the MH370 tragedy. He said comedians shouldn't turn tragedy and national relations into a joke. Transport Minister Anthony Loke has condemned Singapore-born comedian Jocelyn Chia over her remarks on the disappearance of Malaysia Airlines flight MH370. Speaking at a press conference today, Loke said her comments were highly insensitive, insolent, and rude.
I think she's inhumane to make a joke out of a tragedy involving more than 200 lives. There's no human being will do that. If you call yourself as a human, then you shouldn't do that. So it's inhumane.
He added that he had texted his Singaporean counterpart on the issue, and he was also shocked with what Chia had said. Loke said that Singapore is taking immediate steps to ensure that it will not be made into an issue that can affect relations between the two nations. Earlier, Deputy Prime Minister Ahmad Zahid Hamidi had also commented on the issue. Zahid said he would leave it to the MCMC and police to carry out any investigations over Chia's remarks. He added that the outcome of the investigations carried out by the agencies would be submitted to the Attorney General's chambers for further action. Meanwhile, UMNO Youth had also said that they would lodge a police report over the matter. Chia had mocked Malaysia and made fun of the MH370 tragedy in a recent comedy show titled Singapore vs. Malaysia, held in New York. Clips of the show have gone viral online, with many netizens and politicians criticizing her remarks. Meanwhile, Singapore's High Commissioner to Malaysia Vanu Gopala Menon said he was appalled by Chia's offensive comments and apologized to Malaysians for her hurtful remarks. Singapore has apologized to Malaysia for the remarks by a Singapore-born comedian on the country. In a statement today, Singapore's High Commissioner to Malaysia Vanu Gopala Menon said the comedian's statement does not in any way reflect Singapore's view. Vanu Gopala said he is appalled by the offensive comments made by stand-up performer Jocelyn Chia. He added that the Singapore government does not condone words or actions that cause harm or hurt to others, and Chia, who is no longer Singaporean, does not in any way reflect the country's views. He also apologized to all Malaysians for her hurtful remarks. In a recent comedy show titled Singapore vs. Malaysia, held in New York, Chia had mocked Malaysia and made fun of the MH370 tragedy. Clips of the show have gone viral online. Chia has since deactivated her social media accounts following backlash she received over her remarks. Meanwhile, Malaysian Foreign Minister Zamri Abdul Kadir expressed regret and condemned Chia's remarks, saying she showed a total lack of sensitivity and empathy towards Malaysians and the victims' families. He said the video clearly depicts behavior that is contrary to the values of Asian countries that are known for their manners and morals. UMNO President Ahmad Zahid Hamidi has dismissed calls for its new coalition government ally DAP to apologize for allegedly insulting his party in the past. This comes after UMNO Youth Chief Dr. Muhammad Akmal Saleh called on DAP to issue a public apology to UMNO over accusations against them when the parties were foes. Zahid said the matter had been resolved during the negotiations for the establishment of the federal government and should not be raised again. There is no need for us to repeat what they agreed to, he told reporters during the party wing's General Assembly at the UMNO headquarters today. Zahid, who is also Deputy Prime Minister, also urged UMNO members not to be influenced by those who wish to topple the coalition government. Earlier in his policy speech, Akmal had questioned why DAP can't apologize to UMNO if the party could fly to Sarawak and apologize to Gabungan Parti Sarawak. Still on Zahid, the UMNO president has addressed rumors of former UMNO leaders joining other political parties. At a press conference at the World Trade Center, Kuala Lumpur today, Zahid said he had heard about 10 former UMNO warlords looking to join their rivals for the upcoming state elections and wished them the best of luck. Although Zahid did not mention names, It is believed that he was referring to several leaders who had been sacked from UMNO, including former Ketereh MP Anwar Musa, former Tanjung Karang MP Noh Omar, and Arau MP Shahidan Kasim. Zahid added that UMNO had experienced instances where several of its leaders had deserted the party, but said that it still commanded support. Previously, Perikatan Nasional had claimed that at least 10 former UMNO warlords were set to join the coalition soon. Lim Guan Eng has told Sanusi not to blame the media and to take responsibility over statements he had made about Penang belonging to Kedah. Former Penang Chief Minister Lim Guan Eng has called on Kedah Menteri Besar Muhammad Sanusi Mat Noor to take responsibility over his claim that Penang belongs to Kedah and admit that he was wrong. In a press conference at Parliament today, Lim said Sanusi should admit he was wrong in wanting the federal constitution to be amended to support the claim, instead of blaming news portals. He said if it is true that the news portal was inaccurate in its reporting on this matter, Sanusi should have denied or corrected the report immediately. Lim pointed out that the Free Malaysia Today report, where Sanusi was said to have demanded the federal constitution to be amended, was on May 31st, and he had only said that it was a false report yesterday. He questioned why Sanusi waited 7 days to make a correction and said that he only made the correction when he was investigated by the police. The Bagan MP said Sanusi could have lodged a police report against the news portal if they refused to make the correction. However, Lim said after 7 days, Sanusi cannot deny it now, and by shifting the blame on the media is behaving in an irresponsible and untrustworthy manner, unfit for the office of the Kedah Menteri Besar. The police had yesterday recorded Sanusi's statement in connection with his statement that Penang belonged to Kedah. Yesterday, Sanusi had reportedly denied saying that he wanted the constitution amended and added that he only wanted the federal government to increase the lease paid by Penang to Kedah. Puat Zarkashi has responded to backlash he had received over his criticism of Economy Minister Rafizi Ramli. He said ministers need to be reprimanded to ensure that the government remains strong. UMNO Supreme Council member Muhammad Puat Zarkashi has defended his recent criticism of Economy Minister Rafizi Ramli. Speaking to reporters after the opening ceremony of the 2023 General Assembly for the UMNO wings yesterday night, he said being part of the government does not mean that the party should refrain from reprimanding ministers who underperform.
Pada saya, UMNO juga kena ada pendirian, iaitu juga berlaku perkara-perkara yang melampaui batas, di mana ada di kalangan menteri itu tidak cekap, ya, tidak pandai mengurus, tidak ada idea baru. Takkan kita nak biarkan mereka juga perlu ditegur. Menegur itu sebenarnya untuk memastikan kerajaan berpadu.
However, Puat said he still agreed that the government must be maintained because it upholds the Yang di-Pertuan Agong's decree and there is no other choice. He added that if the government is weak, there will be no stability. Puat said this in response to a question on the speech by UMNO Deputy President Muhammad Hassan, who urged party leaders to use internal channels to voice criticism. During his speech, Muhammad had told delegates to close ranks and stop airing their criticism in public. Previously, Puat had hit out at Rafizi, saying the economy minister failed to propose any significant measures to revive the economy. He said this is the problem when you have a lot of formulas before becoming a minister. Muhammad Hassan has called on UMNO to defend the coalition government. He said it was important for the party to do this as UMNO's future could be affected if the government fails. UMNO Deputy President Muhammad Hassan has stressed how it is important for the party to defend and ensure the success of the coalition government. He said this is as UMNO was the formula that provided a solution to the political uncertainty in the country at the time. Speaking at the UMNO Wings General Assembly yesterday night, Muhammad said that there would be implications to UMNO if they failed the government.
Bayangkan implikasinya kepada UMNO jika kita mensia-siakan peluang ini, jika kita tidak berprestasi, Dan jika kita pula yang menjadi masalah kepada kerajaan perpaduan, siapa lagi yang akan percaya kepada kita, yang akan percaya kepada UMNO selepas ini? Jika kita gagal menjayakan kerajaan ini, kita bukan sahaja akan mengecewakan kepercayaan raja yang kita kasihi, kita juga akan menjadikan rakyat lebih muak dengan drama politik kita.
According to Muhammad, UMNO's performance in the government will determine whether the party can be trusted in the coming general elections. He explained in his speech that UMNO's participation in the unity government was aimed at establishing a stable administration. He said despite their defeat, UMNO had a unique opportunity to play a critical role in resolving the post-general election political uncertainty, as BN chose to abide by the Yang di-Pertuan Agong's decree. He also reminded UMNO to accept and live with the fact that they suffered a devastating defeat in GE15. Muhammad said the party cannot boast, argue in denial and pretend as if UMNO is sacred and extremely strong when they had been rejected by the people.
And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to Kinitv.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news updates. If you'd like to support independent media, do consider subscribing to MalaysiaKini.com. I'm Kimilia. Thanks for watching.